Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. So as I'm making this video, it's been hours and hours and hours, and right here you can see that the raid for the Division 2 is still undergoing a lot of challenge. I don't know what's going to happen by the end of today, if the teams are going to be able to beat the raid, because there's so much involved. And I guess this is something that goes to show that the Division community is a very different community. I think this game tried to want to appeal to a Destiny side of things and basically just has dropped the ball. Now, I think these folk here are going to beat the raid. Don't get me wrong, but there's so many things that have happened since around 11 a.m. when they started. Now, I've already gone all kinds of grocery shopping, done a bunch of stuff at home because I just knew that today was going to be one of those days where you had to clear your schedule, and there's no way to clear my schedule. I'm a father of 3 kids. Even though I'm on holiday, my wife didn't give me that kind of leeway when I said I was gonna do YouTube and content. I think we had kind of an agreement, but it was only going to be limited to specific things. And a world's first trial on the raid was just not on there. And I knew that this was going to stretch 8, 9, even 10 hours. Right now, the time is about almost 6 p.m. Central US, and they started this raid around 11 o'clock in the morning. So going on almost 8 hours. Basically, and the raid is still not beaten. I think Massive needs to consider something. They need to consider just doing away with raids forever. It just doesn't suit our community. It is a very niche kind of content, and it only appeals to a very small select audience. Now, am I going to play this raid? Perhaps down the road when there's a lot more knowledge and a lot more stuff. But at the end of the day, when you think about it, it's like, what is the point of spending all this time? And at the end of this raid, the boss is probably going to drop something, and most likely some people are not going to get the main reward, which is one of 2 different weapons. And the RNG of this game is not even the most fun. And I think this is where the problem is. This is basically, you have heap upon heap upon heap of mountains to play, and you basically have nothing to show for all the time that you invest in something like this. People who may have been playing Legendary by the time this game started, if they wanted like a bullhorn or whatever, they would have probably gotten it by now if they've been farming Legendaries. You know what I mean? It's just really interesting to see that this doesn't suit the community. I'm rooting for these guys to finish it. Don't get me wrong, a lot of the streamers that you see here are people that I'm pretty cool with. The vibes. He's been trying, and he looks like he's very, very determined. I was trying to joke with him, and he wasn't having it on the stream because I can understand how difficult it is to basically want to complete something like this and have to deal with the issues. Another thing that showed up on this thing was also deltas. Just imagine all the work being put in, and a team some of them got disconnected. Solid FPS got some deltas, and that basically, maybe in a way kind of slowed down their progress. I think Inigo Montoya they've still been in basically the second boss. I don't know where, the vibes has been. I don't really know. I haven't followed the sequence of the raid, but it's just something that I just feel like it doesn't suit our community. If you want the flow of the way the game is, let the Division be the Division. The Division doesn't have to be Destiny. It doesn't have to be World of Warcraft or all the other games that have raids. It just has to be the Division and be a game that's known for that, because why? You're going to get more player participation. If you want to sell skins and you want to sell all these things that will make, more money for you, why develop content that most of the community will not even be able to play? Plus, there's even no matchmaking, so the entry is even also a barrier. If you wanted to even go in there and kind of maybe start figuring out the mechanics yourself, you have to go through a Discord group or find people and all that. So I think this raid is basically going to expose a lot of things, because I think they overdid it. Like, they wanted, because the first raid became like, a walk in the park. So I think they went ahead and just overdid this raid. And this raid is going to be very, very hard from what we're seeing. 8 hours in, and they've not been able to complete this. Operation Dark Hours, they were able to complete within 8 hours. But I am making this video right now, basically, within this time frame. And who knows, perhaps by the time you watch this video, things would have changed, they would have finished. But, you can basically see, if you've watched any portion of it, people have hopped into these streams and hopped out. And yeah, this is going to be a big strain on the mindset of a lot of players, because a huge number of the player base is not the hardcore player base. Anyways, that's just basically my 2 cents. I'm going to keep the feed up on my end, just kind of, peeking in from time to time to see if anybody is, completed. If they complete it, probably shoot a congratulations message for them. But this is insane. This is insane. Peace.